during that streak? I mean, sometimes as a player, you don't see the bigger picture because you're just focused on your own.
Yeah, well, sometimes as players we look at the forest before the trees sort of thing. You're looking at, you want to play so well, but you forget that the reason you're playing well is 1, because you skate, 2, because you compete, 3, because you're positionally sound, you're not cheating. There's reasons why you're playing well and reasons why you're not. I kind of got in a bit of a rut there where I was trying to put a fire out with gasoline, where I was just compounding problem after problem, and I was working too hard and I was not relaxed, and I was too relaxed, not working hard enough. I just couldn't find my game. Hopefully after tonight's game it's back.
Of course, you guys got a tough stretch of games ahead. Coming off a win like this has got to help in the remainder of the week.
Yeah, to finish the week 3-1 is a pretty good week. It's a tough week, and then also for some confidence going into next week. Starts with Detroit, and then I think we got Pittsburgh after that. We got some good hockey teams coming up, so it's nice to move up in the standings as well. I think we're in first in the conference after the win tonight, so we're looking forward to a big week coming up here and a good test for hockey time.
Hey Bruce, you guys have scored a lot of goals in Ray Emery the last 2 games with not very many shots. What was the key to that, do you think?
Well, tonight I think it was his first game back, I believe, from injury, so anytime you haven't played in probably over 6 weeks, Ray hasn't played, you're maybe not on top of your game as much as you'd like to be. So we wanted to test him early, and then if you look at our games against this team, if we can win battles below the circles and attack nets, that's usually when we score, and we're able to do that tonight.
Is it important to get some early goals on him because he hadn't played in so long?
Yeah, it's nice, but they also got some on us too. So he's a very good goaltender. I used to play with him in the minors, and I know what he's capable of. So we wanted to keep pressuring him. And then with some of the shooters we have, they're going to go into that eventually.
When you go through a dry spell, what do you have to do to kind of stay positive, stay focused, and eventually you're going to come at it?
Wow, that's the hardest thing. You end up, I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform and to produce for this team and score goals and get points. That's part of my role here. And then when it's not happening, you get frustrated. It's just the nature of the beast. You get very frustrated, and you start second-guessing things. And, it's no fun. It's really no fun. So today, that was the point of the meeting today. It was Bruce just tearing down my game, getting it back to basics. He said, "Why have you been successful your whole life? It's because you skate and you're determined, and use those assets tonight." Like I said before, he's a very smart guy and he makes the game easy to play.
They're part of the temptation when Bruce says sometimes you guys are trying to be too cute out there, too much passing.
What do you mean? What's the question?
A lot of times Bruce in press conferences will say trying to be too cute, not enough just throwing the puck in net and just going and trying to jam it home, that sort of thing.
Yeah, there were times where maybe I wasn't driving the net as much and holding back because I was looking for an opportunity or hoping for the puck to come to me for an opportunity to score. And then we went through all the goals that I've scored this year as well in the video session, and I think aside from maybe 2 of them, they were all right around within 5 feet of the crease. So that's where I have success. He showed me some clips from the Toronto game where I didn't drive the net, or I drove the net and was pushed to the outside of the net and didn't stop. So that when a coach tests your mettle like that, you want to respond, and I was able to do it tonight. Maybe I got some lucky breaks tonight, who knows, we'll see. But get back to practice tomorrow, and I think it's a step in the right direction.
Talk about that beautiful kick pass to 7 there for assist.
I tried to tip the puck in the net and it went to 7 and I got lucky.
Yeah.
That's all. It's a good play by Mike off the face-off. Fairzy comes in, wins me the face-off, gets it back, and I always tell Greeny off the face-off, shoot the puck, because usually the other team's not set up and we can outnumber them 2-1 at the net. And Mike takes one step to the middle, sees a lane, shoots the puck at net, and then just tip it, and Alex is right hanging around the net and scores a goal.
Can you walk us through that shorthanded goal? Like what was going through your mind? Going top shelf?
Well, we go over a lot of video. Dean Evison is very, very good. Underrated with what he does on our hockey team. It shows us video on their tendencies on their power play, and one of them has always been a drop pass on their breakout. And so I was watching for that, and you watch for guys that are hanging back, and they dropped it and was able to pick up the puck because there was some separation between the drop. And then went in and just made a move and was able to elevate the puck and get it over his glove. So at the time, it was a big goal for us, a big goal for myself. I think it got the building energized and gave us a little breathing room.
Does it mean more too, since it's, some people call it a goal scorer's goal? It took a little bit more. It wasn't just a lucky tip in.
I'll take whatever I can get at this point.
So which is just a bigger slump buster? You scoring a couple goals, or Alex finally getting a penalty shot?
Oh, I don't think any goalie wants to go against Ovi in a penalty shot. You know, he's bound to score eventually. Just and the move he makes, he could have slid it in on the ice. I think the goalie was on the other side of the net, but when he puts her top shelf, just an amazing talent. I don't know what's the bigger slump buster.
You don't have to take that question seriously.
Yeah.
Talk about the stretch of games you got coming up. Some pretty big ones this week.
Yeah, some good challenges. We've set ourselves up nicely so far in the conference and in the division. But now we're going to play some teams that we think are very good hockey teams, some teams that are elite teams in the league. Pittsburgh's returning back home after a West Coast trip, so they're going to be excited to play at home. But you know, we got Detroit before that, and they got a couple of their good players back. So they're going to come in here. We always have tight games in those places.
People always talk about statement games, and maybe some are, some aren't. But Detroit tends to be physical. Pittsburgh tends to be physical. Is it one of those times where you guys kind of come up and say, hey, maybe this is a chance for us to prove that we can play with these guys physically as well?
Well, I think we're at our best when we are physical. If you look at our games, and we do, we break down our games, why we win, why we lose. Games that we win, we usually out-hit opponents. Games that we lose, we usually get out-hit by opponents. And a lot of times Bruce will come in and say, you know, we're down 2-0 in this period. We only had 4 hits that period, and they had 11. So we like the physical games. And we know that the teams coming up are physical. Philadelphia is one too. So you know, we like to get into those, and it gets guys involved, emotionally involved in the hockey game.